Knowing how to model from references is really important, especially if you want to work for game studios. In this video, we're going to be designing this bike from Starfied. Now, we're not going to be copying it word for word. We're going to be actually injecting some of our personal touch to it, so it's going to be original and fresh. Let's get started. I'm going to be using add-ons because I'm not retarded. And if you don't use add-ons, then, stop being retarded and get add-ons. Now, if you're beginning in Blender and, you're still lost and need a bit of help, then we have a fantastic course. It's free and you can get it on our website. It's called Jumpstart Hard Surface in Blender. It will help you to get really up to speed with Blender and understand all the fundamentals of hard surface. And if you are using add-ons, then you're doing it right. So, stick around and let's model this shit. So let's just drop it down a bit. There's going to be a, basic shape, and I'm going to control sharpen that. Now I want to create an edge here and drop it down a bit. Mirror with the mesh machine and, going to call it a day. Now I'm going to save it. And I'm going to run power save. Cool. Now comes the tricky bit. So we have to create a top, yeah? So Q and Control Curve Extract, and let's just Alt A this and F. So we got this kind of a situation. We're going to move it up here and turn the cavity on because not shadows. Fuck that shit. Cavity, that's the one. And we're gonna, slice it. So we're gonna do it with N-gon cut from box cutter. And we're going to go in here, go like that, and then go here. And, like this. And over here, and should do. Right, so E. And we're gonna slice it. Now, I have a scroll this and we're gonna introduce a loop here. Also, before we do that, let's just mirror this across this shape, and I'm gonna apply the mirror because I don't want to deal with it. So apply the mirror, peachy, and we're gonna remove this, yeah. So, and now what we need to do is we need to create these chamfers. So we're gonna grab one of these faces and create custom orientation. Grab this edge and GZ, I think, yeah, GZ over here, and then GZ over here, something like that. But don't worry about that, we're gonna fix it later. And then we need to move them, so rotate them. So Alt R, we can use either the, I'm not sure we're gonna use, we're gonna drop a cursor here, so Shift S and drop a cursor to vert. We're gonna switch the pivot to cursor. And we're gonna grab the this edge here, and this edge, and rotate it on global axis, so R, and rotate it here, and then move cursor here. Grab this edge, come on, and rotate it here like that. Okay, cool. So the angle kind of steeps out over here, and then let's just go to local. My fucking key bindings are messed up, and the mirroring won't work. Actually, it would work if I'm going to move origin to face, and then Alt X, there we go. And then we need to remove this edge here in the middle, so dissolve it and dissolve it. There we go, that's better. Cool. Now these technically should be aligned here, so, Alt A, there we go, and I think it's gonna be a little bit better, right? Probably. These also should be aligned with these, so let me just go here, and, man, it's gonna be tough to do. Actually, we could do is we could mirror it down and then remove this here in the middle. So it's actually cheating because you're creating an edge in the middle across which this is mirrored, which will fix the all the walls. They're gonna be straight, so a bit of a trick. Cool, so now we can go back and we should be good. If you got lost, just rewatch it, it's not that difficult. And I think we're peachy. Now, what I also would like to have is, you know, these verts here moved a little bit out here like that. And this one here on the bottom, where is it? This one, right? So let's just grab both of them. Oh, hang on a second. All these 6 and then move them here a little bit this way. So they kind of nicely align here, you know. See what I mean? It's going to give a bit of a better reading in terms of form. Cool, and then we can drop this, yes, so GZ and drop it down. Kind of low, maybe that's too low. This cutter could be lower, so let me just grab this this whole thing and drop it a bit lower. There we go. And then we're going to grab a cutter and, you know, slice this, not the cutter, but this one. There we go. Slice it like that. Cool. Okay. And we can also slice the top, you know, here if we want to. Or maybe create something like this. Does it look better? I think it looks kind of cool. Although, you know what? We can actually do something like this. Maybe that's gonna be better. Or like that. Okay, so we do it later. So let's grab this one and, you know, operations multiply, shift click this one, booleans union, and you're gonna have a disaster. So what we need to do is go to the cube and change this boolean to exact, and you're gonna be peachy, okay? And now we're good to go. So now we can actually slice this corner here like this. Whoa, there's a mirror, I think, involved. Hang on, let's apply the mirror. Because mirror is gonna trip us over. There we go. And then we should work. There we go. And then we can mirror this across everywhere, right? Cool. We can actually make it a little bit squashed. So let's just go to global, individual regions, SZ, and boom, that's a cool one. All right, I like it. I like it. Now, technically, these cuts here, so I will scroll, right? They could be rounded. So you know what? Let's do it differently. Let's do something cool here. So we're gonna run a cut here, and then we're gonna run a cut here, and then we're gonna run a cut here, okay? And then we're gonna bevel them like this. All right, and then we're gonna drop it down, right? And then we're gonna increase the bevel size. So I mean the bevel count. So go to bevel and scroll. There we go. And let's just move this cutter a little bit. There we go. And this should work. And also, we could enforce some, you can enforce geometry through the cutter. So simply run some loops here, or maybe one loop here in the middle. And, you know, we can bring it higher here and maybe split it like this. So we have some loops to work on. And then we go into operations multiply. So these loops gonna get enforced on the geometry. We can actually do something cool with it. Like for instance, we can do Altium macro. So something like that, right? Which is gonna be kind of peachy. Bevel this thing and weighted normals, and we're good to go. Yeah. So now here we need you know, mark sharp. In fact, we could just mark sharp the whole thing. Mark these and Alt X, and we don't need actually bevels here. So let's unmark this, right? And then we're gonna run a bevel on this one, okay? But through weight, because these edges are not being caught. So switch to weight and Bob's your uncle. Now we got some beef here because reasons, but we can, you know, move this edge a little bit, right? So just a tiny bit. It's not gonna really do much damage. It's a small movement. We're good to go. Awesome. So that looks pretty cool. And then we're gonna have some fun. So here we could just create, you know, bolts or whatnot, or something like this. In fact, let's just sharpen this, and I want to run these edges differently. These steep connections here between booleans, they're gonna bite you in the ass. You don't want, you don't want to have steep connections like this. You want to remove that thing because it's gonna cause shading problems. And we could do that, and alt text, that looks really cool. And now on top of this, we could just grab this one here and shift curve extract out and drop it down a bit, sharpen. Then we could have some fun here, just introduce some small elements like that to create a little bit of interest. And then of course we need a handle, right? Because without handle, what happened to my, there we go, keyboard issues. We need some handle, right? So we're gonna make one. So let's just grab a cube. There we go. Make it smaller, move it here. In fact, we could have handles on both sides. I think it's gonna be cooler. So we could follow the curvature here, So we could grab that and, we could Q and shift curve extract. Oh, that didn't work very well. Let's try from a different side. Was it a mirror problem? Yeah, it's a mirror problem. Mirror is on the left side and mirror is to the right side. So we can just mirror like this now, right? Boom. Okay, cool. And then let's just grab this and, this could actually be a bit shorter. There we go. And then let's apply the boolean. And then, not this one, bevel, boolean this one. There we go. And then EX and move it in here. And all we need to do is bevel this, right? What's happening here? Some other boolean's been cutting into my mesh. That's okay, we can just simply cut it from the top like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mirror across here. See, when you're in trouble, just think what to do differently, right? And just move it in. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. This could be a little bit lower, maybe like this, and then sharpen. It's gonna get beveled nicely, which is awesome. And we could actually create some kind of cut here in the middle like that. So just for fun, right? So sharpen this and Bob's your uncle. And here in the top, we can create a cut. It doesn't have to be squarish. We could actually go with dots, control. So we cut in the middle, 50 of them, and do something like this. And we could go with the rectangular theme to kind of create some kind of a shape like that. That's pretty cool. And let me see, this one could be a little bit wider, so it's gonna get tapered. In fact, hang on, I have a scroll. Let me remove this boolean here for a second. There we go. I think doing this way is gonna be more interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then have a scroll, and then we need to run some loops here. See, and then before we apply the bevel, the cutter, sharpen, and then we're good to go. Now this one can be fixed when we're gonna add a mark sharp here. It's gonna get beveled, right? And add a thicker bevel here. And we're gonna have to fix these connections here, right? So, this is just basically causing problems with bevel. So, don't be stubborn. Think, yeah, it's really not rocket science to fix shading like this, okay? GG, move it down here, boom, boom. Connect it, Alt X, you know, Alt X, and you're done, right? And that looks pretty cool. And we could have some kind of a, you know, other element here in the bottom. I don't know, you know, curve extract, right? Some kind of a element like this, and drop it down. Drop the barrel on this, make it a little bit more. This one actually isn't round, is it? That's better. Let's move the cursor here. Okay, let's draw a cut here like this and sink it down. Shift click. And then we're going to rotate it on this cursor. So on a cursor somewhere here. And mirror it to the other side, right? And I'm just gonna sharpen this. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. So maybe just this one is fine. And we can just rotate it. Cool. So there you go, that'll be a medkit, and of course we need to slice it in half, because if we don't, you can't open the damn thing, right? So X, and then recover the cutter, and then cut this one. So you see that. Grab this one, and booleans, and slash, right? So sharpen, sharpen, okay? Peachy, and this one could be a little bit thicker, you know, the gap here, right? So the gap could be a little bit more pronounced, yeah, like this, right? Maybe not that much. SZ. Let me just drop this down here. SZ. Not on the cursor, on the visual origins. There we go. And sharpen, sharpen, right? We need a bevel here too. Bevel here too. And bevel here on these. And we're good to go, right? And then we can put some bolts here. We can do it with keytops. I don't even know if I have keytops installed here. I don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bolt. I'll make it smaller. Move it somewhere here. Okay. Cool. GZ. Sharpen that thing. And we can create something, you know, something small. Like a bolt. Right, and then shift click this one and shift click on the mirror, and we're good to go. And you know, there you go, as your medkit from Starfield, but with a bit of a twist. We could of course add some hang on a second, we have some mess here. Oh, wait, let's just remove this. Dissolve, there we go. Mark sharp, there we go. And then Alt X, boom. There's a bit of a boo-boo. You could add some decals to it. We could add some mats. I'm gonna add the Blender Bros mats because reasons, right? So we could go with, well, it's a medkit, so should be kind of clean, right? So let's go with some plastic, shiny plastic, but we're gonna change color here to maybe blue. Right? Let's just go with 10. There we go. But this one should be not blue. This one should be actually white. So let's just nuke that. In fact, let's just change the name here. Plastic 1, and this one we're gonna remove it and add another one. There we go. This is actually too blue. That's better. Yeah, cool. And here kind of shiny plastic. These ones could be also shiny plastic, and these ones could be metal, you know, like machine steel. I think it's gonna look pretty dope. So we could actually, all of these could be machine steel. So we can copy that, and this one could be the same as this. And this one could be machine steel as well. And these bolts, I'm guessing they could be some maybe darker color. I don't know, it's gonna be too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. Let's make them white actually. Plastic. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. This one should also be white, I think. Maybe. And there you go. That's a med kit. Completed. I'm not sure about this color though. Maybe it should be a different color. Maybe not white. Maybe something on the yellow side. Or orange. Oh, that could be interesting. This could be different plastic though. Maybe industrial plastic. Oh, that's actually nice. Change of plans. Oh, that's really cool. Now the floor could be maybe some rubber. Maybe we could drop the scale. Oh yeah, that's really nice. And then we're just gonna bring it up a little bit. So it lays on the floor. There we go. And on top of that, of course, we have some decals, right? I mean, who doesn't like decals? Do we have some medical decals? I can't remember. You know, this could be a medkit for some kind of, you know, a ship or something with a logo of the ship manufacturer. It doesn't have to be, you know, medkit, you know what I mean? Just pop that in there. We're gonna change color here. It's really easy to change color of decals. You just slide it up and make it black, and Bob's your uncle. And of course we could have some more shit in here, so we could have some interesting decals, like for instance, where's my legendary decal? I really like these. Shit, there's too many decals, guys. I'm getting lost here. This one. That's my legendary decal. I really like them, and just, you know, put them here. You just have to make them. Don't make decals too big, because decals should be small details, yeah, not big details. So, you know, don't be that guy, okay? Who places, you know, decals that are too big, right? Alright, and then we need to change color on these. You can press D and hold shift, and it's gonna swip. See, like, they're going to bring attention to the edges, and they're gonna pull around, which is really cool. Here on the top, we could have some kind of a grill or whatnot, you know, like for instance, well, that's actually interesting. Of course, smaller one. Okay, and then D and shift to flip that color there. Boom. And this is a really, really simple design, right? We could have even some more stuff here on the front. This one could have some kind of indicator here, whatnot. So what we could do is, yeah, some kind of a small indicator here on the top with a button. So adjust, and some lights, even kind of on the edge here. It's gonna look cool. Project that, and then, you know, match it There you go, and that looks really awesome. And this looks a little bit empty, but what we could do is insert this and simply extrude it across. It's gonna look a bit better, see? Just a trick, right? And then we can grab that here and chamfer it. Did it work? Hang on. Sharpen that. There we go. And then chamfer this. Boom, right? That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Here we could have some kind of, I don't know, you know, needle indicator, whatever. Like I said, make sure that the decals are small, yeah? They cannot be large, because it will not work very well for you. Boom, right? And that's looking good. So we got some interest. This is a little bit bright here. Pulls a lot of attention for my liking, but you know, it's not terrible. So there you go. We could have some also decal here, some emergency or some such, or some kind of you know, warning label, or some instructions that no one's gonna be able to read. Something really small. What is this? Can, well, that's not gonna really fit, but no one's gonna be able to read that from, you know, if it's really small. So we could put it somewhere here. Now, you don't want to put everything symmetrically. You want to offset things, so it's gonna make it look a little bit more interesting. And there you go, it looks really cool, right? So now here, I'm gonna add a camera. Really simple, 85mm, right? We're going to, where is my camera? There we go. Let's just page down, look to view, grab a cool angle on this thing, close this panel because I can't see anything, right? And that looks really cool. Give it a bit more ground. Okay. You want to offset this in the frame a little bit to one of the sides, have some space here for some logos, whatever. I also think here, because you see, like, I'm seeing this kind of a edge here, we could have something. So I'm thinking that I might drop something over there. Maybe like a long decal. Where is it? Where are you, you bastard? This one, right? So scale it down, you know, and just move it somewhere here and project it. We don't even have to change the color. I mean, we could. There we go. And you see, you're gonna have some kind of an element over there at the bottom. It's probably gonna look better. This one could be chamfered up. Maybe a little bit, it's gonna look a bit better. Yeah, there we go. And that's good. And now, you know, all we need to do is basically render it. So cycles, of course, and the light path, I'm going overkill. Now let me see what kind of, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see what kind of, let me just fix this very quickly. Okay, let's go to world and abandon slipaway. Well, it's not terrible, but we could try one of the Alex Central. Yeah, they're really cool. By the way, we included these with the material pack, so if you're gonna buy the add-on Material Works, which we used for texturing this, you're gonna be able to snatch these, some of these HDRIs. We're probably gonna be adding some support at some point that maybe is gonna allow you to add some preset light setups, right? Just to make rendering really easy. I think 1.4 is too crazy on this. 1.2 is gonna be enough. And there you go, and you render, and you know, then we need some editing and we're good to go. Alright guys, well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This is how you know, create something from references. Again, Don't go 100%, you know, repetition on whatever you're seeing. So don't repeat the shape. Don't try to copy 100% what you're seeing. Try to get inspired, find some major cues of the design and just follow them, and, you know, try to inject some of your personal style into it. It's not really that difficult. It's not rocket science. Just takes a bit of practice, and I'm pretty sure you can get it. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.